to think about a day off, an hour without the phone, or a vacation. That's almost a 4-letter word. When is that going to ever happen? However, we're here today to explore this conversation of when are you taking your next 4-week vacation, because that's one of the things that they talk about right away in Clockwork. This is the second edition by Mike Michalowicz. And I'm very excited to be here today. Hi, I'm Tiffanie Kellog, founder of the More Abundant Entrepreneur community. And one of the things we do in the community is read books. And so this is our current book that we're just finishing. And so I've got my book club people here with me, and I'm going to bring Carola up first. So hello, greetings.
Hi.
So she volunteered to share with us, okay, what is this book all about? Because she gave us this amazing summary last week in our book club. So Carola, I'm turning it over to you. What is this amazing book all about?
Well, okay. So, it was just really mind blowing. So first of all, it is to really systemize your business, and it's a very in-depth way of how to systemize your business. So we start with and the bullet points are we analyze first your company's time, and what do you spend your time the most on, right? And so and once you figure that out, then it goes into figuring out your queen bee role in that whole process. When you figure out your queen bee role, that takes a little time, because pretty much it's, he has a way of doing that as well. Like you put your main tasks on a sticky note, and then you take away 2 sticky notes, and then you go at it again. And it's I'm saying it very simply, but it's very and when you have to take away the fact that you check your emails, for example, I mean, that's a hard task. Right? And once it's gone, it's gone. So once you figure out your queen bee role, you also got to ask yourself why. But the queen bee role is the one role that really identifies your company. Like, that is the task that is the task that if it goes away, your company goes away. And it goes back to the role of the queen bee in a beehive, right? And her whole role is to produce eggs. And if you take that one role away from her, everything dies. So then after we figure that out, we then go, his process is to, in systemizing everything, is to really record. The best way to do is to record videos of your systems. So a lot of times what we do as entrepreneurs is we tend to write these boring manuals. And it's not only like a dreaded event for us, but then after that, then your people have to read it. And so, but what I found, I thought very helpful and intriguing and a great suggestion is that rather than write it, you video it. And then as things change, and things change fast so quickly in today's time frame, that you can just simply change the video. And then you just say, hey, staff person, watch this video for this, and they can watch it, or they can repeat it, and they can also make suggestions as things happen. So I found that very easier to do rather than the mundane writing this manual. Then knowing then it was identifying who really your main people that you serve. So it might be that your clients make over $1 million, and that's the clients you serve, rather than those that make maybe $500,000. So when you identify that, then not only asking for people to give you that business, but as you look for that maximizes your potential of your company. Keeping an eye on your business was the next task. Where exactly is things happening, right? And also in knowing where you serve and in keeping an eye on your business, there's a lot of it's really attracting, converting, delivering, and collecting. So how do you attract these people that you serve? How do you convert it? How you deliver your message to it, and then collect, right? Collect for your services. So systemizing all of that, is all part of that. And then, and of course, as you do that, because we're changing things up a lot, really, it's really not changing it a lot, but it's more systemizing it, that you'll get pushback. Gotcha. So the question is, where do you get the pushback from? Is it yourself, your company, your customers? Identifying all of that, but pushing through. And then, and all of that, as you systemize everything, so that you can take this wonderful 4-week vacation and put your work to the test so that they can your company can operate while you are on, vacationing. And so there's a little bit more to it than everything I said. There's deeper, we go deeper into all of these things, but those are the bullet points.
Yeah, and you kind of gave us the Cliff Notes version of the overview of the book, so I so appreciate that. You want to tell everybody who you are and what you do, and then we're going to hear from a couple other people from the book club on this idea of the 4-week vacation. So who are you, Carola?
I'm sorry. I thought you were going to bring them in. Okay, so I am Carola Broaddus. I have a couple of companies. One is the San Antonio Visitor Souvenir Map, and that company is a map. We produce a wonderful map of the city of San Antonio and the Riverwalk and the downtown area, and hand it up to the visitors so that they have this wonderful experience in San Antonio that they will never forget. And the other one is I'm a Wellness Institute. I'm a health and wellness advocate. I educate others on how to take control of their health and wellness and achieve that total wellness. Once we understand what we eat, what we take into our bodies, what we put into our households, how they affect our health, either in a positive or negative way, we make better choices. So we help you realize it's your choice to energize.
Awesome. Thank you so very much for introducing yourself. Thank you for sharing that summary with us. We are here today exploring, when are you taking your next 4-week vacation? And so that's a big part of the book, that you want to create your business so that it runs without you, like clockwork. Get it? Hey, I worked the title of the book into the conversation. And so that's what we're working on today. And so I thought I'd ask the people that did the book club with us to please tell us, okay, have you decided where you're going to take your 4-week vacation? When are you going to take your 4-week vacation? How excited are we? And Jennifer, you are going to be up first. Here are all of our people. And so Jennifer is going to go first. Tell us about that 4-week vacation.
All right. At first, I didn't think that it would be nearly possible, and I'm looking forward to testing it out shorter terms. But my goal is to next December take off 4 weeks at the end of the year, go to Alaska. I don't have to be over there the whole time, but see the northern lights, and then to come back and relax without having to worry about my business, because I plan on being set to do that.
That's awesome. It sounds super exciting. And you want to tell us who you are and what you do?
Sure. I'm Jennifer Weil with Riverview Mortgage. Been in the business since '96, helping people get in their homes quick, easy, and conveniently. So you can reach out to me at any of the contact information below.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Diana, you want to tell us about your vacation?
Yes, actually, I have mine planned for next June of 24, because I'll be turning a big number along with my husband. I think we were going to do some trekking around the United States in an RV. We haven't done that before, so we're probably going to rent the RV and do a little bit of that. And then, a little bit of staycation for the rest of the time. We do take short trips, usually a Thursday to Sunday kind. So I'm kind of going to make it a little and excited about planning it and bringing those systems. It's forcing me to bring those systems into place so I can take my vacation.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so much. Jimmy, how about you?
Me and my family are planning a 4-week vacation next summer, and it's actually a bucket list item to go to England, Scotland, and Wales. We're probably going to be over there for about 3 weeks, because we're going to spend a few days ahead of time here as a staycation, and then of course when we get back as well. I'm a little nervous about leaving my dogs, but other than that, everyone's excited.
I'm right there with you, Jimmy. I was thinking about, I don't know if I can or I should leave my dogs. I feel so bad about that. So you'll have to let me know how it goes.
Yeah, good luck.
All right, Wendy, you want to tell us about your 4-week vacation?
Well, like Jennifer, I think my 4 weeks will be to Alaska. Haven't decided on the time yet. Right now, we have plans for 2 weeks at the beach in June, and we have 1 week scheduled already at our timeshare in Kissimmee. So that's what we've got planned so far. Thank you.
Nice. All right, Courtney, we are coming over to you now.
What's up? Well, I think that my vacation is probably going to be June of 2024, July of 2024, because I have a move coming up, and I have to take time off anyways to do that. So I'm just going to roll that into something fun. I'm not sure what we're doing yet because I'm not sure where we're moving yet. So it's wherever the Coast Guard sends us. So that is my plan. But I'm going to take some test runs on the way there. So hopefully.
Love it. Love it. Yes. And they do recommend test runs. Carola, you want to tell us about your vacation?
Yeah, so I want to go to Italy. I want to go to Rome, Venice, the Vatican, and I'd like to take some friends with me and actually do a cooking class over there. And so yeah, so that's what I want to do, and I would like to do it by November of next year.
Excellent, excellent. We love it. So vacation plans, this is something that they start off the book, and then you do a whole bunch of other stuff, and then you come back to it. And so I wanted to talk a little bit now about that other stuff because it's some foundational pieces. And so we actually took a couple weeks off. Not that we took the weeks off to take a break, but we took some time off as we went through some of this to really make sure we had it narrowed down in our business, just because it's such a key foundational piece. And what we're going to do is I'm going to ask a couple of the people here to share just a 30 or 60-second overview of some of the big topics that we talked about. And so, Jimmy, you want to tell us a little bit about the big promise?
Yes. So in the book, as Carola mentioned, we identified some of our favorite customers. And so what I ended up realizing is most of my favorite customers enjoy a great return on investment with a very minimal risk. I'm involved in real estate investments, and my favorite customers are just like me. They're also investors. So that's the big promise to my favorite customers, is that they're going to enjoy a great return with not a lot of risk.
Love it. Love it. So you want to tell us, I know you told us a teeny bit about you. You want to tell us a teeny bit more?
Yeah, I'm also a licensed real estate broker, but don't hold it against me. I'm mainly involved in investments. So, what we're doing is we're buying distressed properties. And of course, on the backside of that, we're creating profitable investments.
Excellent. Excellent. Love it. Yeah, this idea of the big promise, and we kind of wrote a whole bunch of different stuff down, or at least I did in our book. So sorry, was that the big promise or the big bang?
That was the big promise.
Okay, the big promise. Excellent. Love it. Love it. Now we are going to shift over to Wendy. Wendy, you want to tell us about the big bang?
Okay. Well, the big bang is the driving purpose of your organization and what you do. It's your company's reason for existing, and it's how you build cohesiveness across your operations. What it stands for is big, beautiful, audacious, noble goal. And that's what I like with my company, because I feel like I am something, part of something bigger than myself and have a noble cause. So I really like that one.
That's awesome. You want to tell us about you and what you do?
All right. Well, what I do is I provide a system of collective buying power through PPLSI, Legal Shield, and ID Shield. We protect families, small business owners, and their employees, and we help them with all everyday legal events and security issues. Like right now with cybersecurity, I mean, so crazy. It's really an important thing to be part of right now.
Thank you so very much for sharing. Now, the last of this three-part that we want to go to is Diana. You want to tell us about the QBR?
Yes, queen bee role. I am a queen. Only kidding. I'm a jack of all trades in my business, and I figured out that truly my customers are looking for someone that does a great job. I get that comment all the time when they're going, "Oh my God, this looks great. I love it. You did a wonderful job." So my queen bee role is to ensure those attention to details, those little things that just make that logo pop when it needs to, whatever I put it on for my customer, and they absolutely love it, and they keep coming back. Very good.
Awesome. And you want to tell us who you are?
Yes,
and what you do?
I am Diana Robertson, the owner of where we try to we brand you all year long through all the embroidery and other ways of branding your name out there in the world to grow your business.
Awesome. I love it. All right. Let me see where I'm at. There I go. Okay, so we've covered these three components. What I would love to do is, if you are ready to share, because I said, okay, we can all share what we're looking to do. And so I know not everybody's going to be sharing this because some of us are still working on it. Who wants to go first? Who do I make big first? All right. So Wendy, are you ready to share? You're muted.
Okay, what are we sharing on now?
You're going to share the three components. Your big
Oh, I'm
promise,
sorry.
your big
Okay.
bang.
Yeah, my big bang is to provide equal and affordable access to justice and security. My promise is to provide peace of mind. And my QBR is to protect and empower everyone across North America.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you so very much for sharing. Courtney, are you sharing with us, or like, no, I'm not. Diana's gonna. Jimmy's up next. All right, Jimmy, you're up next.
All right. So my big bang is to create generational wealth. I want to leave a legacy for my grandchildren. I don't have any yet, but I will. And my big promise is, like I said, great return on investment with minimal risk. That's to my favorite customers. And the QBR is to make profitable offers. So as long as the company is making profitable offers, we'll be able to meet all of our financial goals. And I'll get to take that vacation without being nervous.
I love it. I love it. This is such a key and integral part of what we're all creating. I know as I was working on this, my big bang, it's all about the freedom. What are we going to create for myself and others? And my goal is to provide access to people, community, and knowledge so that we can have more money, more time, and more fun. And it was interesting as I was recently doing my rebranding, it's the more abundant entrepreneur. And so I really took that into heart as what I was creating. So I encourage y'all to do the same. Just a little shameless plug. We do have our More Abundant Entrepreneur show that is happening the third Tuesday of every month. This month we have Steve Tenuza talking about making your LinkedIn profile like where people want to hire you. Tom Fleming's going to be talking about putting the big rocks in first so that you can really make the most of your time. And then I'm going to talk about how do you combine pleasure and fun together. So we'll be talking about that. So I digress, but I do have another question that I want to pose to the group. So, the basic question is, would you recommend somebody read this book? And I've asked everybody to share a sentence or three, so just 20 or 30 seconds about, why should they read this book? Should they even read this book? And I'm going to put Jimmy, who just finished. So Jimmy goes up first. So Jimmy, your thoughts. Should people read this book?
If you're a business owner, an entrepreneur, you should definitely read this book, especially if you feel, pressed for time because you're busy working in your business and you haven't figured out how to step out and work on it.
Awesome. Thank you. And now I'm going to try and pull, let's see where Diana, there you go, Diana. So what do you think? Should they read this book?
Absolutely, because you can never stop learning. And as a business owner, you forget how many hats you wear. And this brings me back to the basics about where are those written instructions so that you don't have to answer every question. And where are all the little systems in place that's in your head that's not on paper or video for the rest of your staff and my business. So those are the basics is what we always forget.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing. How about you, Jennifer?
I would definitely agree that everybody should read this, but I think you should also read it as a book club so you have people to help keep you accountable, not only to reading, but into implementing and doing the homework and everything, because that's what really helps me get through. Can't tell you how many books I started that I didn't finish because I wasn't in a book club. So definitely recommend the book club.
But we finished all the books we started with this book club. Because this is our fifth or sixth books. We've been doing this for 2.5 years.
Yep.
All right. Carola, you want to tell us, should we read this book?
Yes. So sometimes as a solopreneur, or even where you are in the in your business, sometimes you feel like it's a hamster, right? You're doing this, doing that, and this book gives you hope that to not be in that. It gives you the actual tools. But what I really like about it is, it gives you a step by step. Like even if you're 30 weeks out, this is where you should be doing. A month out, this is where you should be. And so all you got to do is really follow it. And if you don't want to follow it to the T, then follow it at your pace. But it's got everything right there.
Awesome, excellent. Courtney, what about you? What did you think? Should we read this book?
Yes. As someone I'm a solopreneur, but I also suffer from what they call analysis paralysis when it comes to marketing my business and figuring out how I want my business to run and my vision for my business. I am the ultimate hype woman. I will promote everybody else with ease, but when it comes to me, it's like, oh, is it good enough? I don't know. So this book helped me kind of step back and see it a bigger picture, but also gave me step-by-step processes and systems to help me get where I need to be. And I also appreciated not only is there steps, but there's also real stories from real people who have gone through it. And so when you have that moment of this is not going to work, it actually gives you the people's name, what they did, where they were, how they got there, and where they are now. So I really appreciated that as well. It helped simplify the whole process, which was nice.
Awesome. And you want to tell us who you are, Courtney, and what you do?
Oh, yeah. My name is Courtney Nestler. I own a company called Bright Light Solutions, going on my 10th year now. And I do social media for festivals and events, usually involve music, art, fitness, or yummy food. So that's what I do.
Yummy food. Not bad food, but yummy food. Did I get from everybody, I think? All right. So the last question I wanted to pose to the group, and we're not going to have everybody share. This is more informal, a minute or so, like total, not each. Because what we found is there are some people that read this book that were solopreneurs without planning on hiring any real people, employees like paycheck. And then there's some people that have a team and are growing. And so I just would love to hear from any of you your thoughts on this idea of where you're at in your business and how you were able to apply some of the book, because not everybody is looking for a massive organization. So who wants to start us off? All right, Diana and then Courtney.
Sure. As I already said, I think a big thing to get me to my 4-week vacation was realizing I had an operating plan, standard operating procedures in place. So I'm putting some of them down. I'm also having my staff who are learning put them down so that it instills in them, and I can edit it, but I don't want to be the one that writes it because it's hard to learn if you don't write it.
Awesome. Cool. Thanks for sharing. Courtney.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. As someone who, when I first started my company, I had this huge vision to be this massive company. And, once you become a parent, you're like, that's not going to happen. So this book helped me identify that you don't need to you could have contract workers, you could have tools and systems in place to take the time and do the things that you don't really want to do or have time to do, so you can focus on what you need to do. And so it's not just about hiring people. It's about, you have contract work, you have, things like Upwork, you have different tools and automations that you can do as well. So it's also helped me see that instead of just thinking about hiring people. So that was helpful.
Awesome. Anybody else want to share their thought? Any other lady want to share before I make Jimmy talk? Okay, Jimmy, I want to put this over to you because you're one of the ones in a position with already a larger team.
Yes, this helped me to identify what's going to be the most critical role in our business, which is serving the QBR. I don't think that I'll ever fully replace myself, but I can get probably 90% of the way there, or 95% of the way there, if we could make profitable offers without me. So that's step one for me. And there was a really cool thing that he said early on in the book, which is productivity is about doing more to increase your output, but efficiency is about doing less and increasing your output. So I want to try to organize my team in a way that I'm actually doing less while achieving more.
I love it. And it made me think, I have a quote here that I pulled from the book. Efficiency is doing things right. Effectiveness is doing the right things. And I think when you combine the two, just kind of like you shared, amazing, amazing things happen.
Yeah.
So, and another quote I wanted to share as we begin to wrap up here. The goal of Clockwork is to enable you to design a business that you can thrive without you. And here's what goes to what Jimmy said, even if you choose to stay. So I want to say a huge thank you to everybody that was here live watching this. I want to give a huge shout out to this amazing group of people. We started back in 2020 with our first book club, and we had 3 different book clubs going on at that time, and we've kind of had people drift into this. This is our second book this year, I think, or maybe our first, but we're going to continue to read. What are we reading next time, y'all? I have not ordered yet. Tell my listeners.
The one thing.
The one thing.
Courtney's
It's backwards,
the
but
one
yeah.
thing. So that's going to be our next book club that we're doing. We'll also be hosting at a different day and time starting in June. We're going to be reading Jennifer Shapiro's Be a Badass Moneymaker or something like that. So that will be coming in June as well. Now, for those of you watching, hopefully you'll join us May 16th for the More Abundant Entrepreneur Show. The link is down in the ticker there, as we're going to continue conversations like these and just help make sure all entrepreneurs are more abundant. So thanks, everybody. Let's say goodbye one last time.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Be a shareholder.